Hello and welcome to the show. More than 12 million U.S. businesses are owned and operated by women. And a recent study shows Black and Latina business owners emerged from the pandemic stronger than ever. But success always comes down to dollars, cents, and some common sense, right? My first guest says financial literacy is a journey, not a destination. She's one of the stars of the hit show Married to Medicine and the founder of Heavenly University, a financial literacy program for business women. Please welcome back to the show, Dr. Heavenly Kimes. Hi.
Hey, how are you? Thank you again for having me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming back. We had so much fun with you last season teaching young entrepreneurs. We wanted to bring you back to focus on women, which you love doing anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Heavenly University. Mm-hmm. What is it and why?
Dr. Heavenly University, I started about 10 to 12 years ago for dentists because I found out from Meharry Medical College, we learned how to be great clinicians, but we didn't learn the business side of dentistry. We just didn't know. We didn't know the insurances. We didn't know the financial planning, no financial literacy. And sometimes I think that was by design, but I made a lot of mistakes and I was like, hey, I can help other young women coming up not make the same mistakes. So we started Dr. Heavenly University initially just for dentists, but then we opened it up later for just everyone because everyone needs financial literacy and information on finances.
And what were some of the mistakes that you noticed women who were coming to you were making in terms of the finances specifically?
Oh, absolutely. We don't understand taxes, the tax loopholes, because that's one of your biggest bills. Your taxes and your payroll is probably one of your biggest bills. Understanding money and credit is another thing that's really huge. Once you get that, and actually having a exit strategy from the very beginning, so you actually know what your plan is.
Exit strategy meaning what you're going to do with this business.
Absolutely.
Right? Are you going to sell it? You're passing it down to kids, understanding long term, right?
Yes.
After you get past that day to day, just trying to keep the doors open.
Absolutely.
I like, because one of the things we know from the show, of course, you're very candid about hard times, good times. Give us an example of a struggle that you had business wise and what you had to learn to do to get past that hurdle.
You know, I think a lot of times we come directly out of undergrad and then go to professional school. We just don't know a whole lot about business, money, or the legalities of different things.
Yeah.
I remember buying my first commercial property and the roof fell in. And because I paid cash for that property, because I got it, you know, I didn't know what to do. I should have done it in different ways. I should have made sure I had the insurance, but I ended up coming out of pocket for that. That's one struggle. It's been so many, but I could keep going forever and ever. But I've learned the mistakes.
And what do you learn about yourself through each of those mistakes? I mean, I have to imagine, you know, the failure is where you learn, not to repeat the mistake, but it sort of sharpens your skills too.
Absolutely. You got to have perseverance. You got to have that and know your ending, because you're going to have all kind of bumps in the road. Don't let it stop you. Just know that that's an obstacle. When you're running a business, just expect it.
And you've run several. I mean, obviously, the primary is you are a dentist. You have been for more than 25 years, right? But then you did go into real estate. You did start exploring. How did you get to a point where you knew you were comfortable enough to walk away from the practice during the day when necessary to start these other businesses?
Well, initially I ran 9 dental practices. So I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I got the financial planners. I paid for the financial education and just learning how money works generally. Real estate just came by default because that's one of the great ways of saving your money. You know what I mean? We always talk about God's money, precious metals, and land. So that's the way I save my money. And me, I'm the type that, hey, if I'm going to invest in something, I'm learning everything I can about it. So I got my real estate license, my Series 65. I actually used to own a mortgage company, so I learned a lot just by doing.
Did you go to school? Was it just sort of the day-to-day for women who are watching and saying, I want to do that, but I don't know where to start because I have this day job? How did you set aside the time and the commitment?
Absolutely. You got to want it, okay? Second of all, the real estate, I did it online. I did it online, a real estate class online, learned everything I could, and then went downtown and took the real estate exam. Same thing for my Series 65. I took online modules, courses, and I'm kind of smart too. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes with it.
That's that Meharry.
But everybody can do it. If I can do it, everybody can do it. But you just have the drive, and you got to know that you deserve it and you need to be here. Because a lot of people are afraid of success. To be point
What do you mean by that? Afraid of success? Is it really afraid of failing? Like, what if it
No, a
doesn't work?
failing.
Really, the success. Tell me
Afraid of
more.
because once you get successful, you become the person that's not in the norm. You're not the regular, and a lot of people just want to fall in the norm and be normal, and be regular. And it's difficult because you're different from everybody else. So now you got the scrutiny of everybody around you.
How did you deal with that? Did you
I
ever
ain't
have?
never really cared, girl. You know what I'm saying?
I
just
already
really-
knew.
I
So
mean,
the lesson is you can't care
You can't
about what the
care.
people say and what they do. I mean,
they not paying
the
your
quality of
bills,
service
no.
you're concerned about and the
Absolutely.
product. But what people say, or people are going to say one way or another.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs would have that same sentiment. You can't really care because once you're doing things, you can't look back at people who are not doing, because it's going to be issues, it's going to be problems, but you got to persevere and have great people in your life.
Yes, that circle of people in your business and in the personal life as well. Which brings me to something that we discussed just before the show, is who you bring in and how they can influence or out the course that you end up taking. Just briefly talk about how important it is to be selective about who's helping you handle your money and deciding how you're going to handle your money.
Absolutely. We say all the time, you 1/5 of the 5 people you hang around, right? It's a lot of people out there that don't have your best interest. So you have to a lot of times use power of discernment, but you also do your research. You got to do your background check. Today is an information system. You can find out, and look at the reviews, look at what you're doing and find the best, not just the best, but one that's the best for you. Financial planners, attorneys, all that kind of stuff, because all those are very important when you're running a real business.
Right. The accountants, the legal, all of those things.
Absolutely.
Have all of those
Consultants,
things.
all that.
Yes, indeed. All right. Good information. We're just getting started, though. When we return, you're going to meet two Portia Show viewers, Demetrius and Candy, and both have big goals for their small businesses. Now they just need some solid strategies for financial success. Dr. Heavenly has advice for both of these beautiful business women and the rest of us. Stay with us. This is getting even better when we return. Hey there, Portia here. Listen, that was a good conversation, wasn't it? Want to see the rest of it? Just go to PortiaShow.com, scroll down until you see that particular episode. But listen, before you scroll on out of here, I need you to do me a favor, please. Like, comment, let us know what you thought of that episode, and subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, we sure appreciate you. In the meantime, we'll be sure to see you on the next episode of Portia, and you can catch us weeknights on Fox Soul as well. Tell your friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.